So you're thinking about moving to Fort Worth, Texas? Well, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 of the best neighborhoods in North Fort Worth. And if you stick around to the very end, we're going to share with you our pick for a hidden gem.
And if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to be the first to know what's happening in the Texas real estate market, go ahead and hit that bell.
Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Tom Jung.
And I'm Jack Lisenby.
And we're your local Dallas-Fort Worth real estate agents. If you are looking to buy or sell, we get phone calls every day from folks just like you, so please don't hesitate to give us a call, text, email, or click the link in the YouTube banner to schedule a time with us. So, yeah, this is episode 5 of the best neighborhoods in Fort Worth.
A lot of good neighborhoods.
So many good neighborhoods, yeah. If you're looking to move to Fort Worth, I mean, you're looking in the right place. So today we're focusing more on the north side of Fort Worth. Mm-hmm. And I guess the big draw to the north side would be a lot of industry.
Yeah, a lot of people moving there for work. A lot of people moving there to get away from the city. They all just kind of mixed together and started their own little group.
Yeah, so there's a lot of newer homes up that way. You've got the Alliance Airport, which is a huge hub for a bunch of shipping and commercial with the rail line right there as well. So yeah, there's just a ton of growth that is happening on the north side of Fort Worth. A ton of growth everywhere, but I feel like even more so that direction. So,
and since there is so much growth, it's just like everything feels very new. It's even the city itself just feels like it's fresh out of the box.
Yeah, I feel more like I'm in like a Frisco or like I don't know, whatever. Just one of those cities where you feel like everything is new or newer, and so feels a little less like Fort Worth, but it's still got the same people.
Yeah.
So anyways, what neighborhood are we kicking it off with?
So the first one we're actually going to start with isn't specifically one neighborhood. I'm going to call it Park Glen just for ease of reference, but it's several. There's Park View, there's Park Glen, there's Arcadia Park Edition, but all of them circle around one key feature, and that is Arcadia Park. And Arcadia Park is this giant stretch of green space up north of Fort Worth, and they built all these houses around it. It's really beautiful, but the big appeal here is, one, it's close to Alliance, which is a very quickly growing area, and I won't be surprised if they incorporate and become their own city in the future. But for right now, they are a part of Fort Worth. They are Keller ISD, a super sought after school district with really highly rated schools. They're all communities with HOAs, so these are going to be the park is going to be well taken care of because it's funded by the people that live there. The communities themselves are also going to be very well taken care of, and the park isn't just green either. They've got trails, they've got tennis courts, soccer fields, they've got a pond over there, and it's filled with Pokestops, which I thought was interesting. You remember Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
How that came and died like that?
Yeah.
Well, there's a ton of Pokestops there for anyone who's still playing, by the way.
Random fact today.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Jack.
Yeah, you're welcome. But the Arcadia Park area is it's like 5 minutes from, or 10. It's about 10 minutes from Alliance. So if you head like southeast, you're going to run into the Arcadia Park area, and it's big. So it could be between 7 to 12 minutes, depending on which side of the community that you're on. But the closest place to find groceries and whatnot that I was able to find on Google Maps is Walmart. It's going to be about 5 minutes from the center of the Arcadia Park area. Next, if you're trying to make it to Fort Worth City Center, it's going to be about 18 to 20 minutes. And then if you're trying to make it to DFW International Airport from the Arcadia Park area, it's going to be about 25 minutes. Since you are north of the 820, you can just hop on there and take it across. Super easy. But like I said, since it is part of Keller ISD, you get the perks of having Keller schools. And so Keller ISD as a whole, and by the way, we get all of our data from niche.com. So if you would like some more information on where these ratings are coming from, go hit that up. But Keller ISD as a whole is A-rated, and compared to a lot of schools in the area, especially with Fort Worth, that is phenomenal. So the elementary school up there is going to be Bluebonnet Park Elementary School, which is A- rated. You've got Hillwood Middle School, which is A rated. You have an intermediary school. It's Parkwood Hill Intermediary School, which is like a 9th grade campus kind of thing, and that's also A rated. And then finally, you've got Central High School, A rated. So A's across the board, which is great. You don't usually see that too much as you get closer to the city center, but out here, it's just the standard. Now, if you're looking at the houses themselves, these there's They're all pretty much the same, honestly. No matter where you are on the park, most of your premium in these houses is going to be actually going towards the house itself, because the locale is more or less going to be the same. But it ranges from $250,000 to $500,000 for most of these houses. They are older, so they started building these back in 1982, and some of the more recent ones are only 2001. So they're over 20 years old, late last century designs and stuff like that, but they're all very well taken care of. Like I said, HOA, they made sure everything holds up well. They're all brick-sided houses, so they're not going to deal with as much weathering as like your wood siding would or anything like that, so they still look great as well. But they range from like 1,000 to 3,500 square feet. They have between 2 to 5 bedrooms, 4 to 7 bathrooms. They sit on about a quarter acre, and some of the larger lots even go up to 1.1 acres out there as well, if you can be lucky enough to find some of those. But the typical house in this area is going to look like a $350,000 house with about 2,000 square feet, 4 beds, 3 baths, sitting on a sixth of an acre. That was built in 1995. So that's about what you're going to see the most of in that area.
Yeah, we joke about it. It seems like, I don't know, it just seems like to me that that entire North Fort Worth area was built in like 10 years.
It feels like it showed up overnight.
Yeah, I know it's not. I know it probably ranges like 20-year span, but
right.
Everything seems very similar no matter which one of those neighborhoods that you're in. Mm-hmm. But it is neighborhoods are a huge draw up there. Or neighborhood, the school district. Keller has a fantastic program. I think one of the best districts in the state.
Yeah.
So, right, cool. So next on our list is Sendera Ranch. So this is a master plan community. It is a little bit further north, going up 287. And the big draw to this is just newer houses and all the amenities. So as far as the location goes, you're going to be about 7 minutes away from a grocery store, unless you're stuck at the very back of Sendera. And Alliance is about 25 minutes away, so if you want to get to all the shopping and that kind of thing. Then downtown Fort Worth, you're looking at about 25 to 30 minutes to make it to downtown, and DFW Airport is about 35 minutes away. So the only drawback is you are a little bit further away from everything, and there's not a lot up there, right? So like if you're basically everything you're coming south or east for, unless you're just going over to Eagle Mountain Lake to do some fishing or something like that. But why fish there when you can fish in your own neighborhood? That's right, they've got ponds like that.
That's pretty good.
I'm getting ahead of myself though. Screw it. We'll go through the amenities. So they've got basketball court, tennis court, baseball field. They have a baseball field there?
They do.
Oh,
yeah.
Very cool.
It's not finished yet, but they will have a baseball court.
Okay, very good. I was going to say, I know they have a soccer field. So they have soccer, clubhouse, pool, pond, playground, green spaces, trails, splash pad. So when we say master plan, I mean, it's got all the amenities that you would want to see in a master plan community. Now, as far as the schools go, this is in Northwest ISD, also a very sought-after school district. So there are a lot of people that are moving there for the school district. It is A-rated, so as far as living in Fort Worth, this is this is one of those places where you're not in Fort Worth's school district. That's where you want to be. Sendera Ranch Elementary School is a B+ rated. Truett Wilson Middle School is an A- rating, and then VR Eaton High School is A rated. So all very good schools across the board there. Now, as far as housing goes, I believe this entire neighborhood is built by Lennar, so it's just one builder going at it in there. And so the crazy thing about this is you can find homes for $235. I say this is crazy because in Fort Worth, like $300,000 is kind of like entry point. And then they even have new homes, like I think for like 1,200 square feet, their new homes are $275, right around there. Like, so just the fact that you can get into a new house at that price is pretty crazy. But these are, so like the ones on the lower end, like in the 200s, they're not going to be anything flashy. They're going to be very basic, all of your typical things. Usually they have an open concept, that kind of thing, but it's not going to be anything over the top. But the homes in there are going to range from about $235,000 to $650,000. That gets you from anywhere from, it's like 12 70 on the square footage all the way up to 4,300 square feet. So it's a pretty large range. So, depending, 3.2s, they've got it. If you want to go up to a 6-bedroom, they've got it. And most of these lots are all going to be smaller. They're going to be like a 1/10 of an acre to like, I don't know, a 1/8 of an acre.
Yeah, they're small.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going to be right next to your neighbor. So make friends when you get there. And if we're looking at just like the median, just to give you an idea of like what most of these are in here, you're looking at about $330,000 for 1,800 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So, yeah, all in all, for the if amenities are what you're looking for and you're looking for something cost effective, it's a good place to land.
Yeah, I've driven through there a couple of times. Really beautiful. I love their marquee too. It's like it spans this almost like half a block on the corner there at the intersection where you enter the neighborhood. Yeah. It's really cool. But another one that is also really cool and nobody seems to know about up there is Heritage. It kind of gets overshadowed by its bigger brother, the Arcadia Park area, but it sits like right next door and it has all the great amenities of the Arcadia Park area and then some for, without being clumped in with everyone else. But it's an HOA. It's right off of the edge. It's right off the tail end of Arcadia Park, and it also has its own park. You've got Barksdale Park, and then they also have their own edition, Heritage Park Edition. So you've got that as well. And the Barksdale Park also has a pond. I don't know if you can fish there. I know it's not stocked, but I don't know if there's anything living in it.
Yeah, go throw some goldfish in there.
Right, yeah, go skip rocks or something. But they've got a sand volleyball court out there. They've got trails. They've got basketball courts, tennis courts, playgrounds, pools. They have an Olympic lap pool too, so they have multiple play pools. Okay. And then they have a lap pool as well, and a splash pad and everything for the kids, and a really nice clubhouse as well. But the neighborhood itself, it's really suburban, but I think it's actually better located than Park Glen and Arcadia Park, just because it's right along the main road going through not the 35, but the main it's like Riverside Drive or something like that. It's the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the main road going up and down there, it's like right next to where the shops are. It's like right at that transition point in the zoning where it goes from residential to like semi-industrial. So you are a hop, skip, and a jump from all the local shops and the restaurants and everything like that, which actually I think is a plus. So your Costco, which is going to be the closest grocery store, is only 7 minutes away. If you're trying to make it to Alliance, it's literally 3 minutes away. You head out of the intersection, you make a right, and then you're there. You've got downtown Fort Worth is about 20 minutes away, and if you're trying to make it to the DFW airport, it's going to be about a 25 to 30 minute drive depending on traffic. But this one is also in Keller ISD, since it is right there on the edge of Keller, but it has slightly different schools than the Arcadia Park area. So you've got the Perot, or Betty Perot, I don't actually know how you say her first name, the Perot Elementary School, which is A-rated according to niche.com. You've got Timberview Middle School and Timber Creek High School, all of which A-rated across the board. So again, schools spot on with this one. Now, the housing itself, it ranges a little bit. So you have some smaller homes that are close to like the 350 to 400 range, but they go all the way up to 600. Things don't get super expensive out here. They are mostly mid-range, so you don't have this wide spread like you do in the city whenever you get closer to Fort Worth. This one, you're going to see things between 1,500 to 4,500 square feet, so they're going to have larger and smaller houses, but at least that price point stays pretty tight within about a $300,000 spread. They've got houses with 3 beds all the way up to 5 beds, 2 bathrooms all the way up to 4 bathrooms, and they sit on about a 1/6 of an acre all the way up to a 1/4 acre was the absolute largest I could find, and that was a corner lot. So again, you might as well grease up those elbows for all the bumping you're going to be doing with your neighbors. And then lastly, you're going to have varied architecture because a lot of it was in the early 2000s, and we were kind of still figuring out what floor plans looked like back then. It's like at that transitional period, but almost everything was built between 2001 and 2006 with a couple of exceptions. But your typical home in this area is going to be about $430,000 for 2,500 square feet, 4-bed, 2-bath on a 1/6 of an acre, and it would have been built around 2003.
Nice. Now, there's like not many, there's really not any like luxury communities. Like this is about as close as it gets. I think I saw there were a few that sold like around the 800,000 mark. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's like one small section of the neighborhood or what, but As far as North Fort Worth goes, it just, for whatever reason, it's like,
I think it's because so much industry's up there and a lot of people were moving there for work. So it was there wasn't a lot of I wouldn't say high paying jobs, but like higher end paying jobs, because those made it all the way into like the city center in Fort Worth. And then you have all these logistics jobs up there. So you had a flood of people moving to the area and they just needed houses.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. You would have just thought there would be like one or two communities where it was like your seed levels your executives or whatever would, I don't know. Anyways, if you guys live in Fort Worth and you're watching this and you know of one that we missed, let us know.
Yeah, if you're screaming at the screen,
I don't think it's out there.
Yeah. These guys, they don't know
it's gotta
about
be Fort Worth though. Yeah.
Insert name here. Yeah.
You go just outside of Fort Worth, like if you go to Keller or Hazlitt or whatever.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. But because they're definitely out there. Cool. So made it to the end. So we're gonna give you our pick for the hidden gem. This was just kind of a interesting. I guess it had more of a, I don't know. It has a golf course. That's why we picked it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's not a ton of golf courses on that side of Fort Worth, and so this one's pretty neat. I've played there once. It's been so long. Like I can't even remember that much about the course. I feel like it was pretty wide open, but there was like ponds, and it was still pretty challenging.
A lot of water features by the satellite view.
Yeah. So and then there's this one's an easy one to miss, because like if you're going up 35 west, it's your very first exit after you pass 820. Yeah, and it's like boom, it's really easy to miss. I've done it so many times. But it is they've got the golf course, they have an event venue there, trails, playground, dog park, and Fossil Creek. I'm guessing that's Fossil Creek Park.
So the park itself, and then they actually have the creek inside the park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
It's open to the public.
Gotcha. Cool. So, and then as far as the location goes, you are going to be about 5 minutes from a grocery store. They've got lots of options: Albertsons, Kroger, Walgreens. I guess Walgreens convenience. Alliance. All the shopping is about 10 minutes away. And DFW Airport's about 25 minutes, and downtown Fort Worth is about 15. So you're real close to everything in that neighborhood. This is also in Keller ISD, so A-rated school district. As far as the elementary school goes, it's Parkview Elementary School, which is B-rated, Fossil Hill Middle School, which is A-rated, and also Fossil Ridge High School, which is A-rated. Now, they have some variety in here. There are some like really, really nice homes, but you're gonna see prices range from $300,000 to $800,000. Obviously, if you're sitting on the golf course, you're gonna pay a little bit more for that view, and all the free golf balls you might be getting. And homes in here are gonna range from about 1,500 to 4,000 square feet. 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2 to 4 baths. All of these are gonna be on smaller lots, anywhere from like a 1/10 of an acre to up to a third. So there are some bigger lots in there, and these were built between about 1988 and today. Most of them are like early 2000s, but you always have some people that'll knock down a house and build a new one. But great spot if you are looking to be on or next to a golf course. So anyways, I think that's all we've got for this video.
I think the lowest rated school we had in this episode today was a B, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, if you've watched any of the other episodes, it hasn't been great. The schools are one of the more challenging things in Fort Worth, and so it's just not a surprise that North Fort Worth is growing and the schools are good there.
They're making a big push to change it, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, not across the board anyhow. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in, and as always, if you're looking to buy or sell, remember to keep calm. Call Tom.